just getting ready for the day. I've got a fun couple of days ahead of me, and I can't wait to bring you along for the ride. So tonight, my husband and I have a date night. We try and do a date night at least once a week. I mean, it's just the two of us, so it seems a little silly, but you know, so often we're distracted or we're just watching TV or we're double screening it and we're watching Netflix and on our phones or whatever. So anyway, one night a week, we like to try and like just kind of get away and do something different. So tonight we are going to Oscar's Steakhouse, which is in downtown Vegas. I've never been. And admittedly, I don't really go to downtown Vegas. I try and avoid it because it's kind of, just messy to like get there and park, and they'll close streets very spontaneously. It's kind of a mess down there. Also, ironically, downtown Vegas is north of the Strip. So I'm gonna take a car there. We're gonna meet at Oscar's, and then we are gonna go see To Kill a Mockingbird at the Smith Center. I'm so excited. I love plays. As you guys probably know, I'm not the biggest fan of like musicals and such, but I do love plays. So we're gonna see To Kill a Mockingbird, and it's long. It's long. It starts at 7:30. There's obviously an intermission, but it's out at 10:30. I mean, I love To Kill a Mockingbird. I love the book. I love the movie. I can't wait to see this play. So I'm excited. I'm really excited. So that's what we have in store today. I'm really excited. Can you tell I'm really excited? And then tomorrow I have a cousin in from out of town. We're gonna meet at Momofuku, and then tomorrow night I have a dinner, which I'll talk about then. But today has been quiet so far. I mean, it's still pretty early. It's not even 9 o'clock yet, but you know, woke up, I lit my fire, I meditated by the fire, Butters joined me, I took her for a walk and everything, you know, showered, and here we are. So I've had a nice quiet morning. My back, which you guys know I hurt over Mishmas, it felt better, and then it felt worse, and then it just has consistently felt worse for a long time. And so yesterday I went to Pilates, and she stretched me on the gyrotonic machine. I don't know if you guys are familiar with it, but it's got pulleys and these big round stirrer things that you can use. So I used the stirrers to my side, and it was painful. It was painful. There's nothing more painful than stretching. I'd rather lift weights, actually do Pilates, actually do gyro, go for a run, do plank. Like, I'd rather do any of those things than stretch. Stretching to me is the most painful. It's the most difficult. It's also very frustrating because you feel like your body should be able to move a certain way, and it can't. At least mine can't. I'm very stiff. So anyway, she stretched me out, and I feel a lot better. Still not 100%, but I feel a lot better, and I'm so happy. So I really haven't been working out. I haven't been back to stride in a while. I didn't go to my Pilates before yesterday, so yeah, it's just been a little touch and go, and I think I'm gonna do, maybe starting tomorrow or the next day, I'll start doing some like light weights at home and walk. So I think when I go to stride next, I'm not gonna run, I'm gonna walk, because I do think, well, let me phrase this properly. I think running really tightens up my right side. It's mechanically somehow the way I run. And because I don't stretch, that's a problem. So I think for now, what I need to do is when I do go to stride is just walk the classes so I don't get so tensed up. It's like my entire body gets like crunched down on my right side. And I think that's how I end up hurting my back, which is always like on the right lower side, and I have to stretch to the left and whatever, and it gets worse when I sit. I've been sitting a lot working, so whatever. Anyway, that's what's been going on. So yeah, probably in the past few vlogs I haven't started them letting you know that I've, you know, worked out or whatever. I like to mention that in case you guys need a little inspiration to kind of maybe get started, go to the gym, do a little weights, go for a walk. But yeah, I haven't really been able to. It feels really good to stretch. So I'm just gonna, you know, quickly get dressed. I am probably gonna get ready, like put makeup on and all that closer to when I leave, because I'm just gonna be doing some computer work. I may try and film a short or something like that, but yeah, that's what the plan is for today. Just kind of boring around the house business for the bulk of the day, and then a fun evening. So I'll be back in a little bit. So as I'm sitting here working, I have been using the Hobonichi planner that I got. I don't know if you guys remember when I hauled this. It was during Mishmas Yeah, I think it was during Mishmas at some point. And I love stationery. I buy a lot more stationery that I actually use. I purchase this from Jet Pens, which is one of my favorite stationery online stores. Anyway, I bought this planner. I bought this cute cover. It was really the cover that sold me, this like polar bear cover. Hold on, I have to show you. Look at this. How cute is that? That's on the inside, and then this is on the back. So, bought this planner for 2023, and I have probably bought a planner every year since, like, I go on and off, but I've probably bought one over the recent past, like the last 4 years I've purchased a planner. And I don't use them. I end up not using them. I kind of just stick to my iPhone, just sticking everything in the calendar, everything in my notes, or just jotting things down on like random pieces of paper, just like random notebooks that I have. And, I kept buying all of these planners and not using them. And so I bought this one and I said, if I don't end up using this one, this is going to be the last one that I buy. And I'm actually using this one. I mean, I know we're only like a couple weeks into January, so I could be speaking a little prematurely, but yeah, I think I have finally found like what I can keep a planner for, because I do like to keep my appointments and my dates in my electronic calendar on my iPhone. So my husband and I share one so he can see what I have coming up. I can see what he has coming up. It just makes sense. It's easy. I can put it on my phone. It pops up on my laptop, vice versa. So that definitely is like what I keep my phone for. It's just appointments and keeping track of that. Reminders pop up. It's great. So I'm not using the planner for that purpose. I'm using it, there's like 2 different kinds of layouts. Actually, there's 3 different kinds of layouts, but there's like the week view, and then there's the like day per page view, and then there's also a monthly view. The monthly view, I don't know. I mean, I'll look at it, but generally, again, I kind of look at my phone. And it's great to just kind of like see like a layout of the month. I also don't like, or I'm not used to, I shouldn't say I don't like, but I'm just not used to Sunday being over here. I usually see Sunday over here. So it was a little confusing for me in the beginning. So I don't really use the planner for the month view. But what I will do, and what I'm trying to do on the week view, is just kind of keep track of like what I'm eating. I'm not keeping track of like macros and calories per se, but just the idea or the practice of writing it down is just helping me become more cognizant of what I'm putting in my mouth. So that's all I'm doing for the week view here. And then for the day view is just like a to-do. So I do my to-do list before I go upstairs and go to bed. So I'll sit here after dinner and write my to-do for the next day. And it was something that I don't know, either read or kind of came across on a YouTube channel about, habits of successful people. It was like one of those things. Actually, it was tips for sleeping through the night. And before, I actually haven't had a problem lately. I'm probably jinxing myself. But I want to say like last summer, I was having a problem like staying asleep. I never have a problem falling asleep. In fact, I don't even just fall asleep. I like pass out. I can't even like keep my eyes open. I'm just like, I just totally knock out. But I had problems staying asleep. So at that time, I was just trying to figure out what was going on. And one person's tip was to write out what you need to do the next day before you go to sleep, as kind of like a brain dump, so that you're not thinking about it, or hopefully you're not thinking about it while you're sleeping. You've like kind of set your intentions for the next day. You've kind of mapped out what it is that you need to do, and you like the kind of like running thoughts of like, oh, I need to do this, right? Oh, I need to do that. Like will stop, will kind of quiet themselves. So I started doing that. I'm doing like my to-do at night. I have been sleeping through the night before I started doing this, so I don't know if they're related at all, but I have been sleeping through the night. I don't know what changed, but I'm happy, so I'm not gonna question it. And I like it. I really like doing my to-do list before I go to sleep. It's really, it's become a really good habit. And again, I'm not waking up in the middle of the night, so I can't say for sure, like, oh yeah, like all my, anxiety for the next day is gone. But I know I wake up now without like that first thought of like, oh my, like what's today? What do I have to do? Like that kind of like, oh my God, where your blood just starts pumping. I don't have that anymore. And I would have that on occasion. I'm not really a kind of a jumpy, anxious person, but on occasion I would wake up like, wait, is that due today? Or, you know, like I would just have these kind of like mini panic attacks. Like, did I forget about that thing that I had to do? So writing it down beforehand has really, really helped. Yeah, and I never really thought about doing it before going to bed. I always thought like, oh, I'll lay out my to-do list. I'll get up in the morning and I'll like figure out what I need to do. But really at that point, at least for me at that point, I feel like it's kind of late. So anyway, I just wanted to share with you that I am actually using my planner so far this year, and I'm feeling good about it. I don't feel like I'm forcing myself or, you know, like I feel like I have finally found a way to use it to my benefit without kind of doing double work. I was doing that for a while. I was kind of writing appointments down in a journal and then putting it on my phone too. It's stupid and too much. So anyway, I have finally found a way for a planner to work in my life, which is very exciting. So anyway, just wanted to share that because I'm just sitting down kind of working and stuff. You guys, I am very sleepy right now. I'm making myself some espresso because I have to get ready to go meet my husband. I've just been sitting at my computer all day and I did it again. And I did it again. I sat at my computer and just didn't move probably for about 4 hours. And I have to stretch my back out. Anyway, it's time for me to get ready to go meet my husband for dinner and our play. So excited, but I desperately need some espresso. Okay, I'm gonna add some milk to this. We're gonna go upstairs, change, and then come back downstairs and do my makeup. So do you guys do your makeup before you get dressed or after? I feel like I see a lot of people like putting their makeup on and they still like have a dressing gown on or a robe. And I'm like, that's so interesting. I always get dressed first. I don't know if it's because of the way my house is laid out, like all of my clothing is upstairs, you know, and it just makes sense after I shower to get dressed and then come downstairs and do my makeup. But I think that's how I've always done it anyway. I always feel like I run the risk of getting my makeup all over my clothes if I put makeup on first. I really hope this espresso works. I'm like really dragging. So I don't think this is a terribly fancy occasion. I think Oscar's, it's steakhouse. So I think pretty much anything goes, especially here in Vegas. And then play is just sitting in the dark. So I'm definitely gonna opt for comfort over glam. I could wear this combo, this All Saints combo. So it is quite literally a combo. It like came as a set. So it's this charmeuse bias dress and then this turtleneck sweater. I mean, you can wear the dress by itself. I would not. But it's got this lurex sweater on top. You guys have seen me wear this sweater a lot. Well, you see me wear this combo a lot, but usually in videos you only see this part of me. But I could wear this, yeah, I could wear this whole outfit today. It's comfortable. It's kind of nice. It's not too fancy schmancy. It's so weird. I cannot recall what shoes I wore with this outfit when I went out. I think I may have worn my Fendi like combat style boots because whenever I see like a bias cut like silk charmeuse kind of dress, satin charmeuse kind of dress, I always think of the 90s. And you remember like when Kate Moss would wear like that, it looked like a little underpinning of a dress and then she'd wear it with like Docs or some sort of combat boot and, or you know, just like a thick soled black boot. And I think that's what I had in my mind when I put these Fendi boots with it, and these are really comfortable. And I really don't think I have any other shoes that go with this outfit, which is so strange. I do have my Marcy ballet flats. I think that could work too. All right, let's try. Let's try these two pairs of shoes with this outfit. All right, here's the outfit with the flats. I mean, I think it looks okay, but I think it looks really, I don't know, kind of plain. I mean, the flats are minimal, but I think paired with a very minimal, sleek look, they're perfect. But I think these shoes kind of bring down this outfit. So let me try on the boots. Yeah, this definitely has 90s vibes. They are comfortable. It's a little bit of a throwback look for me. I feel like I'm back at NYU in the Village. But yeah, maybe I'll do this. And you can't imagine how comfortable these shoes are. These are my Fendi oh gosh, what are these called? But they are like jodhpur boots. You know, they have the elastic there, and then they're really chunky, but they have a squishy insole, and they're so comfortable. And I just threw these on just to try on without even socks or stockings or anything, and they're fine. I think I will put socks on just for the long evening, but I mean, so comfortable. And I usually go for my Lucifer Veronestis Baroque pearl drops because, yeah, the tones are such a good match. But I always wear this with this. I'm thinking maybe I should change it up. I think I'll wear these Alexis Bitar earrings. They have such good earrings. Yeah, I like the way that looks. And I like that there's gold and silver going on. Gonna throw on my Hermes Click Clack, and this is in the color, some people have been asking me, this color is, I believe it's Marron, M-A-R-R-O-N. So I think that's it for up here. Let's go down and put on some makeup. Nope, I lie. One more stop before we go all the way downstairs. I am standing in my finishing room's bathroom looking at the perfumes, and I definitely want to go for more of like a wintry kind. Tobacco vanilla? Yeah, I think so. I think some got into my espresso. Is that gonna stop me from drinking it? No. All right, let's get ready for this evening. So this portion of the video is being sponsored by Florasis. I am so excited to show you this super cool kit. I'm just gonna tease you with it because we're not gonna talk about it just yet. We'll talk about it when we get here. But look at this case. Oh, look at that palette in there. You guys, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful products, of course. So let me start putting on makeup first, and then we'll get to the eyeshadow and the lipstick and everything in that case. So I'm just gonna start with some Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Face Base because my skin is so dry. I keep saying that. And I'm gonna throw on just a light foundation. So I'm gonna use the La Mer Radiant Skin Tint, and I have it in the shade Light. Just clean this off. This is the Sonia G Jumbo Base Brush. I never do this, but I'm gonna do this today because I have big sleeves and I'm afraid if I put it on the back of my hand, I'm gonna get foundation on my sweater. So we're doing this today. And just blending that in. My skin, despite it being dry, has actually been looking better. I don't know if you guys remember I think it was over Mishmas, I was like kind of experiencing pretty bad eczema. And I knew it was because I was just eating all of the junky holiday food. All of it. If it was in front of me, I was eating it. So I've really toned that back. I've really kind of cleaned up my diet, and voila. And for me, that is generally the fastest way to clear up my eczema, is just to kind of clear up my eating. At least at this age, it is. Okay, gonna throw on some of the Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer. I am actually gonna start with the Florasis Eastern Beast Sculpting Palette. I love this contour shade, but I'm gonna use all the products in here. Well, at least these three right here, the highlight and the blush. Why not? I'm gonna go in with my Sonia G Bronzing Brush, pick up some of the contour here. It's such a good tone. It's like just super neutral for my skin tone. Just dust it on my forehead. Then I'm gonna grab my Cheek Pro from Sonia G and go into the blush. It's a really pretty peach shade. And then I'm actually gonna grab a giant shader brush. This is, I don't know, an eyeshadow brush, but it's so big, I like to use it for highlight sometimes. So this is the Chikuhodo GSN 07 brush. I'm gonna go into the highlight over here and just tap that right where I want it, right on the tops of my cheekbones here. Such a nice smooth highlight, isn't that pretty? And I was not gonna do this, but I'm gonna apply this shadow, which is like a highlight, but it's without any kind of shimmer to it. I'm gonna apply some of that underneath my eyes just to kind of set that concealer. I'm gonna take this Rephr 36 brush, which is really best for cream products, but I really want to try it with this powder product. So I'm gonna go in, pick up some of that, not too much, and just press it on. Oh, that is very highlighty. Oh. Wow, very highlighty. Okay, just gonna quickly throw in some brow gel, Tom Ford. And now let's talk about this beautiful work of art. So this is the Lifelong Romance gift box. Isn't that so pretty? It's got this handle at the top. It's the same on both sides, aside from this little placard here. And then you've got these pretty ribbons here to help you open this box up. And then inside, this is all velvet lined. It is so gorgeous. So this is engraved out of the velvet, and there's this really beautiful like gold background. Isn't that so pretty? So it comes with a palette and a lipstick. So let me show you the palette first. Look at this gorgeous artwork. And there's like different finishes on there. Isn't it gorgeous? And do you see the face here? Isn't that so pretty? This is magnetized, so you can just lift this up and remove it. And inside, look at those shades and look at that beautiful engraving. I mean, truly a work of art, like all of Florasis's, that was hard to say, all of Florasis's makeup is just, I love the attention to detail. It's really just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. So I'm gonna swatch these shades from left to right on top, and then these two larger shades on the bottom. So first we have Hidden Depths, which is a metallic bronze shimmer. Then we have Verdant Waves, which is a dark teal shimmer. Lotus Flower, which is a deep hawthorn red shimmer. Amorous Glance, which is a rosy champagne glitter. Gentle Mist, which is a matte terracotta. Brilliant Chrysanthemum, which is a pearlescent gold glitter. Shrouded Moon, which is a matte espresso. And then the last two, which are the larger pans at the bottom, we have Hidden Orchid, which is a matte soft tan, and then Returning Snow, which is a pearlescent white gold glitter. These shades are really well pigmented. I don't know if you guys have had experience with Florasis eyeshadows, but they are very easy to work with. They are very well pigmented. They blend out beautifully. They're almost like a creamy powder kind of shadow, and they're incredible. So let's see, what shall we do today? I think I want to start with this shade down here. I'm going to start with like a fluffy blending brush. This is the Esom S33 brush. I'm going to go into Hidden Orchid. Almost a shame to use these products because the engravings are so pretty. And I'm just going to build this up. These shadows like blend themselves, and there's no fallout with these shadows because they're so creamy. These are so easy to use. I would even go so far as to say that these are very beginner-friendly eyeshadows. Like if you don't have a lot of experience with eyeshadows, or you're kind of afraid to like do more than just one color, I would definitely give these a shot because they blend out so beautifully. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm a total makeup artist. Okay, I am, of course, really tempted by this dark teal shade. The name of that again is Verdant Waves. So I'm grabbing this Sonergy Builder Pro brush. It's like a flat shader. I'm gonna go into Verdant Waves, and I'm gonna apply to the center of my lid. Ooh, so pretty. It's got that really pretty like duochromatic effect. I love it. And my experience with these shadows is when you start using them, there's like a little bit of a, I don't want to say that it's not even as much as like a layer that you need to break through, but I feel like the first few strokes of your brush, you may not pick up as much shadow as you will when you continue using it. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so I apply that to the center of my lid. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of a smaller blender brush. This is BK Beauty's A504 brush, and I'm gonna go into this shade here, which is Returning Snow. It's a pearlescent white gold. And I'm gonna add that to the inner corner here. I'm gonna take this tiny smoky eyeliner brush from Bobbi Brown. I'm gonna go into this dark shade here. Just line my eyes with that. Okay, there is my eye look. I love it. These shadows, again, it's just so easy to use, so creamy, so blendable, so pigmented, so beautiful. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to just throw on some mascara, and then we'll move on to the other product that's in this gift box. So the other product in this gift box is this lipstick. Now, check out this case. I know I've shown you guys their lipstick case in the past, but isn't that so beautiful? And it has this charm at the end. It's just oh, again, the attention to detail is incredible. It's just so beautiful. So, how do you get to the lipstick? You just click this button at the top. It'll pop out of the bottom and then you can pull it out. So when it comes to this gift box, you actually have the option of 2 colors. This one is the most popular shade. This one is shade M1311 and it's called My One and Only. And I just have to show you this incredible engraving on this bullet. It is just, I keep saying this, it is just a work of art. Isn't that incredible? All of this makeup is almost too beautiful to use. Let me just roll this down. Let me do a quick swatch actually before putting it on my lips. So it's a soft matte lipstick, really pretty. It doesn't look too dry. It just looks very cloud-like, very pretty. While I'm putting on this lipstick, I forgot to mention, and I know this is really important to some of you, but the eyeshadows are talc-free, which I think is really great. Isn't that color so pretty? I think it's so unique because it's not really peachy, it's not really corally, it's almost like a light red with just the smallest touch of a pink in there. It's really, really beautiful. And you guys know I do not like a matte lipstick, but this is super comfortable. It glides on, it doesn't, like my lips don't feel dry. They won't progressively feel drier as I wear it. I have tested these lipsticks out. They're really, really comfortable. So I really love it. These are one of the few like matte lipstick formulas that I actually enjoy, that I like. And then the other lipstick option, I think I started to tell you that there's 2 options for the lipstick, is actually a new shade, which I don't have. If I have a picture of it, I'll flash it up, but it's called Terracotta Romance and it's shade M2525. So when you order this box, you'll have the option of one of these lipsticks. All right, so I will link to this gorgeous lifelong romance gift box down below in my description box. But just one last look at this beauty. I love it because I feel like this could look like a seashell if you have like a mermaid fan in your life, or it kind of looks like a fan too, which is very, very, very cool. So anyway, definitely check this out. I'll leave a link down below in my description box. But I am all ready for my night out. So let's grab a car. I'm ready to go and let's go get some steak at Oscar's. Just kind of left you as we walked in to go see the play. It was really good. It was excellent. I do love that story, which is why we went to go see it. And I was interested in how Aaron Sorkin, who wrote the play, this particular play, how he was going to adapt the novel. So it was, it was very Aaron Sorkin. It was very wordy. It was very wordy. It was 3 hours wordy. Oh, hello. Good morning. Hi, Butters. Do you want to say hi to everyone? What are you doing? She's like standing up. Okay. Want to say hi? Oh, good morning. Yes. Someone woke me up this morning. She just kind of kept tapping my arm as I was in bed. I actually don't know where my husband is. He got up early. I think he went to go work out. I am still kind of nursing my back, so I am not working out. I'll be stretching today, maybe doing some walking. But the play was very long. And so we got home at like 11:30. I maybe passed out at like 12:30, which, as you guys know, is very, very late for me. I'm usually in bed and asleep by 9. And sometimes when I go to bed late, I still wake up at the same time, and then I'm just kind of like tired the rest of the day. But today she was kind of hitting me, and I had like this very faint recollection of my husband leaving. And I looked at my phone and I was like, 8:30. I haven't slept until 8:30. I don't remember the last time I slept until 8:30. So I did get a full night's rest, just the hours were shifted. And I'm feeling pretty good. The dinner that we had last night was great at Oscar's. I had the Wagyu, the Japanese A5 Wagyu. It was so good. It literally just melted in my mouth. It was delicious. And then I went a little crazy on the sides, so my meal ended up being very heavy. I was a little uncomfortable during the play, but you know, whatever. It was fine. And then I think maybe that's why I slept really heavily. And I woke up really thirsty, so the food was very salty. So I would keep that in mind if you feel like going to Oscar's Steakhouse in downtown Las Vegas. It's in the Plaza Hotel, which I had never heard of before. It's really good, but it's very salty, very, very salty. So anyway, that was our evening. And then today I think I mentioned this yesterday, I'm meeting my cousin who's in from out of town today for lunch at Momofuku at the Cosmo. And then for dinner, I'm meeting some friends, but that's not true. I'm meeting a friend and a group of people. So my friend here in Las Vegas, one of my friends here in Las Vegas, I met her through a meetup.com group. When I first got here to Vegas, I was like, let's see what's on meetup.com. I had come across meetup.com in New York when I was living there, when I had my pug. Anyway, through like a strange like string of events, I came across meetup.com when I was in New York. Anyway, I come here to Vegas and I'm like, well, I don't really know anyone. I was like, oh, what does meetup.com have? So I went on there and there was a group for, I don't remember the exact name, but it was like 40s, 50s women who like to eat out or something. And I was like, sounds perfect. So I actually signed up for that. And the organizer became my friend. And she, for some reason, she kind of disbanded that group. I don't think she had time to like manage it or whatever. Anyway, she disbanded that group shortly after I joined. So I was kind of glad the timing was right. I met her and I'm actually friendly with someone else from that group. So that ended up being great. And then the pandemic happened. So now she started another group, similar situation. It's like 40s and 50s. Like, I don't think it's just eating because she's like arranging for other activities too. But today, this group is meeting at a restaurant, Italian restaurant up in the Summerlin area of Vegas. And I'm excited to go because I really like this restaurant. It's called North Italia. It's a chain, so I think there's a bunch maybe in this part of the country, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, it's really good Italian food. I'm excited to see Laura because I haven't seen her in a while. That's my friend who created the group. That's it, that's today. So more eating, more going out. So I have to do some work. Right, Butters? I just fed her, so I should walk her. Actually, I think I'll wait for my husband to come home to walk her because with my back, I mean, she's little, so it's really not that bad, but sometimes she'll just jet off in a direction, and if I'm holding her, sometimes she'll like tweak my back. So I think I'll wait for him to come home to walk the crazy, to walk the crazy pants. Hey guys, I'm just getting ready to go out for lunch to meet my cousin, and thought I would put on some light makeup. Yeah, let's start with just a little bit of concealer. I've got my Dior Forever Skin Correct Concealer in 2N. And I know I've mentioned this a few times already, but I'm just gonna say it again. I really like this new version of the concealer. It's been newly reformulated, and the old version was like one of my all-time favorite concealers, so I was really nervous, but I really enjoy this one. I feel like it behaves the same. On my skin, the shade is a little bit different. This new 2N is a little bit lighter than the old 2N. So I think it's actually working for me. I had to go down to 1N in the old one, and it was a little bit light, but I feel like the new 2N is kind of between the two. So it's perfect. Perfect for my skin tone nowadays. I also have the Kjaer Weis Beautiful Eye Balm. I think that's the full name. Yeah, the Beautiful Eye Balm, and it is such a great balm just in general. So I like warming it up, especially if I feel like my skin is feeling a little parched. And I probably could have done this before I put the concealer on, but sometimes it's like once I start to put makeup on is like when I start to feel how dry my skin is. And so I've thrown this on and I don't feel like it necessarily like breaks anything else down. It just kind of like mixes with what I have on my skin. I probably wouldn't do this if I had like a fuller coverage like foundation on, but because I put on such light makeup, this actually works well on top. But generally I would put this on before I started putting makeup on. And I like using it on my lips. It's really great. I love this eye balm. It's very, very firm, so you kind of have to like warm it up. And then you just tap it in and it has, I can smell it because it kind of smells like the Beautiful Tint. It has chamomile in here, so it's very calming and very, very moisturizing. It's kind of like between an oil and a balm. So it doesn't feel too thick like a balm would, but it also doesn't feel too slick the way oil would. It's kind of like right in between. Yeah, it just feels really, really nice, especially if you feel like you have little areas on your face that feel a little parched. It's perfect for that. And my under eyes are feeling kind of dry this morning, probably because of that big meal I had yesterday. Okay, I'm just gonna contour a little with the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate in Intensity 0.5. I'm gonna use this Wayne Goss brush. It's the O2 brush, but I know the numbering was different depending on like what sets you got. I don't remember, I'm sorry. But it's like fluffy cheek brush, and I'm just gonna go into the contour and just brush that on. I'm gonna use a bit of the Lancome Blush Subtil in 217. I don't know where my Tom Ford Fiber Brow Gel is, but that's okay. I'm gonna use my Chantecaille Brow Tint in Dark. This one is just a little bit more natural than the Tom Ford. The Tom Ford will give you a bolder look. So this one is fine for me today, since I'm not doing a really bold look. And then for eyes, I think I'm just gonna do eyeliner and mascara. So I'm gonna use my Hourglass Voyeur Waterproof eyeliner. I'm just gonna kind of run it quickly over my lash line here and use a smudger brush like this Sonia G1 to smudge that out. Go under, curl my lashes, use my Lancome Lash Idole mascara. I think the last time I used this mascara with you guys, I was talking about how I need to retire this mascara because it's definitely been around for more than 3 months. And I should toss it, but it's good. It's really good. I have plenty of other mascara, so I don't know what my problem is, but I always feel like, oh, I'll just use it one more time. I'll just eke out one more use. But you know what? We're gonna close this up right now. We're gonna throw it in the garbage. And then for lips, I kind of feel like a light colored nude. Let me dig one out. This one from Clé de Peau, this is number 10, Tantalizing Tan. Yeah, number 10, Tantalizing Tan. Wow. This is like as light as I can go, otherwise it starts to look really concealer lippy. I think that looks okay. I don't know that that's my favorite color. I think it's a touch too warm for my skin tone. If it was a little bit more neutral, even cooler, I think that would look a little bit better, but we'll go with it. Anyway, I'm going out for lunch, so it's not even gonna be on for that long. All right, and here is my outfit. I've got my Totem sweater on. This is the camel one. Just a white blouse from H&M, my Dior camo jacket, my Kate Ian jeans, my furry Chanel dad sandals, and my Chanel 22 small in gold. I think is the, yeah, I think gold is the official color for this, but I always call it caramel. All right, we are ready for Momofuku. think I left you guys at the Cosmo, right? Yeah, we were at Momofuku, had lunch with my cousin and her husband. It was really nice. The menu at this particular Momofuku is different from what I remember seeing or experiencing or having at the Momofuku in New York, in the East Village. So this had a very small menu, so I was kind of surprised. I like the one in the East Village had a large menu, but I remember they just had, I feel like they had more. I don't know. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I haven't been to the one in New York since before we moved here, so I could be misremembering. But anyway, it was very good nonetheless. And then my cousin and I went to Milk Bar right next door and got the cereal milk ice cream with the cornflake crunch on top. Oh God, so good. It's so good. I think that's my all-time absolute favorite ice cream situation. Yeah, we came home and I just kind of just sat on the couch. I did some work, watched some TV. I probably took a little bit of a nap, you know, that sort of thing. So now I have to get, this is a big eating vlog. I don't know what I'm going to call this vlog, but probably just eating. But we are going to, I talked about it this morning, but we're going to North Italia to meet up with that meetup group and my friend Laura. So anyway, let's head on out.
Puffer vest. You ready for some breakfast? You are. Okay.
Good morning. I am so tired from all of the socializing. I am not used to going out so much between our Friday night and then, you know, the play and the steakhouse, and then yesterday going out twice. Who do I think I am? But I'm like exhausted. I came home from dinner last night. It was probably about 10, what time? We left the restaurant probably around 9:15. It was raining pretty badly, so we drove pretty slowly home. And so I probably didn't get into bed and asleep until like 10:30, which is late for me. And then, you know, it was like 2 nights in a row, so I just passed out pretty much and woke up a little later than usual this morning. I woke up at about 6:30. And I'm tired. I'm so tired. But anyway, just wanted to close out this vlog. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me on all of these culinary excursions. And a big thank you to Florasis for sponsoring my Get Ready With Me portion of the video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.